Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noe Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro. Hello.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro S. Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That is right. This is the show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is episode 427. It is January 17th, 2024. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're hanging out in the Discord chat room. If you'd like to join the Adafruit Discord server, you can join by going to the URL. Oh, what's the URL? discord.gg/Adafruit. It's up there in the purple banner. That's what I was working on getting up there. So it's up there. Hello, everybody. We'll take a moment to shout out everybody as I
Good morning. Giving shout outs to everybody hanging out in all the chat rooms. We got Mike P. We got Squid.jpg. We got MS Swidge on YouTube. Also on Facebook, if I can get that to load, and Twitch.
Yeah, we are streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube's.
Morning,
Twitch,
Shannon.
and X. Hello.
YouTube.
Yep. We got some fun NeoPixel projects today. We have some more camera projects. We have a fun snow-based project.
Super fun.
And a handful of community makes, all that and more on, you guessed it, 3D Hangouts. I'm going to kick off with some freebies and a coupon code. Let's start off with the tiers for the freebies. This week, if your order is $99 or more, you can get a free PCB coaster with the Adafruit logo in gold. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the PCB coaster plus an Adafruit KB2040. It's a lovely dev board with the RP2040 chip and lots of goodies. If your order is $199 or more, you'll get the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And if your order is $299 or more, you'll get all that plus a Circuit Playground Express. Adafruit.com/free for the details. These get automatically added to your order. And on top of that, you can use our coupon code. Today's coupon code, Fidget. It'll get you 10% off your total order. So that is the morning recap. All right. All right. Let us know if you have any questions throughout the show in Discord or any of the social channels. We can bring them in. But now we'll take
Sorry, Facebook was playing audio. I couldn't mute it.
Oh, no. Oh, Facebook. All right. This is this week's project. It is the 3D printed snap fit case with a 24 NeoPixel Ring, Feather RP2040, and this lovely ANO rotary encoder with navigational buttons. So this is actually the demo code on the product page for the original ANO rotary encoder, which did not have STEMMA QT. This version has STEMMA QT, and so that means you can control it over I2C with CircuitPython. So this is a CircuitPython project. Shout out to Liz Clark for putting together the code for this one. But yeah, it's basically the demo code for that's in the product page for the original breakout board. So you got the scroll wheel that is basically a rotary encoder. It feels a lot like a classic iPod scroll wheel. You have 4 directional buttons, up, and we made it so that you can use all 4 of them. So as you press, it's changing the color of the NeoPixel that gets lit, and then you can just kind of see that the directional buttons are triggering the NeoPixel that's closest to the directional button. So it's kind of like up, left. Left, down, right, and then the center button lights them all up as you hold it down. Nice. So you can do that. It's like a little fidget toy. The gaming aspect of it, Liz thought it'd be a really good idea to add the LED chase game that we've done in a previous project. So if you hold down the center button and wait a couple seconds, it'll launch the LED chase game. So as this LED goes, the idea is to press the middle button when you land on either of these 3 lit NeoPixels. So you got to wait and just time it right, click it, you get the the whole ring lights up in the color, and then as you advance, it gets the LED gets faster and faster, and it gets harder and harder. And as you advance through the levels, you get different colors. So here it's a little blown out, but this is a more of an orange color. And when you beat that, your pixel becomes the color that you just beat. So here's a green color. Let's see if we can get it. Now it's green. This is like a teal color. Oh, I missed it, and then it restarts. I forget how many levels there are. I want to say there's like 19 or 20 levels.
Oh, wow.
And when you beat all 20 levels, you're awarded with a rainbow. So that's the LED chase game. And I can just play this all day. And fidget. This is great for fidgeting. Here's like kind of the middle where it's gonna picking up. The speed's really picking up. Let's see how far I can get. I missed it. So I was able to beat it just once so far in the week that I've been building this. Some things about the 3D printed case. You, of course, have access to the USB-C connector for charging the battery. It does have a battery. That's how it's portable. The feathers have built-in battery charging over USB, so you can charge the battery. It's a 500 milliamp battery, so it's going to last quite a while. And then you have an on-off switch here, the little tiny on-off switch at the bottom. Yeah, this is a piece of black LED acrylic that I milled. If you don't have a CNC mill, you can 3D print the diffuser in this clear PLA. It has these little squares basically that snap fit into the grid. There's a 24 NeoPixel grid here, and it's offsetted a bit, or there's some depth to it to kind of give it some space for diffusion. And then you would want to print it in black, the NeoPixel diffuser or the ring holder, so that it isolates each NeoPixel LED. It looks a lot better in person because you get a lot of light leaking here over the camera, but it looks really nice in person. And you can press and hold to go out of the LED game and back into fidget mode. So you can kind of see how that looks. For this particular part, I actually use the concentric top and bottom layers so that you get kind of like a diamond kind of effect with the little squares. So it's pretty fun. We've done a couple projects with the this ANO scroll wheel. We haven't quite done one with controlling a NeoPixel yet, so I think that's pretty cool. Maybe you can turn this into something else, something more of like an interface for like. I think Kirby had a cool idea of making it like a security lock or something. Maybe it's like a Simon pattern match, pattern recognition game. You could do that. But we just wanted to get something pretty simple out there to start with for folks. And it's all in CircuitPython. It's all open source, and you can scale it up to a different NeoPixel ring or a different NeoPixel strip, all that sort of stuff. Maybe you can add sound effects. That'd be really cool. That's one thing I wanted to add, but maybe next year. We'll just keep reiterating on it. Yeah, it's about yay big. I think it's 70 millimeters in diameter. It's kind of thick, but that's because it has, all electronics in the battery and stuff. You could probably maybe make your own PCB and make it really, really thin, but this works out pretty nice. You get a nice kind of grip handle on it to play with it with one hand. Yeah, so that is the demo. That's how it works. We can take a look at the Learn guide if there's any comments.
For that, just Brent saying that it was a little bit too close, so it got out of focus.
Yeah. Times. Yep. Yeah, we can. I could do. What is the camera? I can switch the camera lens and do ultra wide. That way we can do like a real close up. There you can kind of see. Oh, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Yeah. So you can see with when you slice this part, I recommend doing concentric pattern, because otherwise it's just gonna like kind of do this pattern like this, like you see in the top here. Yeah, like that. There you go. Peter's showing it off. But yeah, I did print this in white, but the white kind of really diffuses, like it kind of leaks a little bit. So I think you get a better look with the clear PLA. And then the black LED acrylic is just one of the best diffusion materials for LEDs. Just really press fits in there. But again, milling takes a while, and you need a mill. Yeah. So that just press fits in. It's got a little bit more of a loose tolerance too, so it kind of pops out every now and then. But there you can see how smooth it is with black LED acrylic.
Very cool.
Yeah. Fun. This is a classic NeoPixel project, like making something pretty and also fun as a game. Anyway, that's that. We switch this back to wide. Here we go. And I don't know. I would maybe add maybe a little triangle to indicate like the directional buttons a little bit would be nice. There's some other things I wanted to do, but out of time. Anyway, let's take a look at the Learn Guide. Don't switch. Nice gift from Yanni. Yeah. All right. The Learn Guide we published this late last night, so it's up there. Overview page has all the parts. We have everything in stock. So you need the scroll wheel, the breakout with the STEMMA QT port, the Feather RP2040 because it has the built-in STEMMA QT port on the back there, 24 NeoPixel Ring, and a battery. Some other things you want to have is, the battery's out of stock. Oh no. You can sign up to get notified when that one's back in stock. But I think you could probably use a 350, a little bit smaller battery. Slide switch, STEMMA QT cable, the short one, some silicone ribbon cables, what I like to use, and of course a USB cable for charging and programming. You're gonna need some screws, a handful of these M25 by 6mm long screws. They tend to work for just about all of the STEMMA QT breakouts and feathers. So these are really nice to have. Definitely get more than here. Stock up on those. The circuit diagram is pretty straightforward. You only need 3 wires for the NeoPixel Ring. Because we are using the enable and ground pins to do the on-off switch for the battery charging circuit, we are soldering the power to 3 volts. NeoPixels tend to want 5 volts, but the 3 volts works okay with under 100 pixels or so. So that's fine. Lamar approved it. We got a data wire going into pin 5, and then, like I said, the switch goes to enable and ground, and then the easiest thing to wire up is the ANO rotary encoder because it just connects with the STEMMA QT cable. Easy peasy. We have STLs and source files for the CAD assembly. So you have a step file and a Fusion 360 file because that's where we designed it in. Got a nice little CAD animation there. The biggest part is 75mm by 30mm, so it could probably fit on some of the smaller printers. Maybe you could print it on a resin printer. But none of the parts need support material for the filament-based printers, so that's nice. And then if you want like a 3D model of, let's say, the ANO rotary encoder or the Feather RP2040, we have 3D models of those, so you can use those in your design. We have a GitHub repo link here in that section. You'll want to install the latest version of CircuitPython on your Feather RP2040, so you can do that by walking through this if you haven't already. And then the code by Liz Clark, again, shout out. I would recommend using the download project bundle so you get all of the Seesaw library, the NeoPixel library, and the LED animation library. It's all nicely commented, so you can change it up if you'd like. If you like to change the colors, the speed, any of the features. It's using the debounce library, which is nice in CircuitPython when you want to do something like detect a long press with a button. That's how you're able to switch between different modes. But other than that, everything's there. Here's a quick breakdown of how the code is working. We are using Seesaw library to control the rotary encoder over I2C with the default address. And then here are the pins for the buttons. You can change those up if you like. We have the colors. We tend to use the Adafruit LED animation library to easily call out colors like red, yellow, those type of colors. It's easier to name them out than like having to type out the hex value for them. So that's why we use that. And then in the loop, you can see here what the buttons are doing. And then the different game modes, just 2 of them. That's pretty much it. So check it out. Onto the wiring. We want to wire a slide switch to the enable and ground pins on the Feather. We got a 3-pin wire for the NeoPixel Ring going to the Feather. And then we just connect the ANO rotary connector, which is nice and easy. Assembly, we have a little PCB holder that has mounting holes built into it for the Feather and the ANO. We start off with press fitting the slide switch into a little holder there. And then the Feather gets oriented in this way. And then you use those M25 screws to secure it down into the PCB mount. The battery fits on top at this kind of weird angle. Let me see if I can make it bigger. The battery tends to fit right here. You want to be aware of your clearance for your battery. You just want to stay away from the actual JST port. So this is what I found to be like the best orientation for the battery. And then the ANO rotary breakout goes right on top of that. Secure it down with those screws. So you get this nice package. And at this point, everything's like assembled other than the NeoPixel Ring, but you can test the circuit at this point. And then from there, you use the exact same mounting holes for the ANO rotary encoder to secure it to the bottom cover of the case. So you just kind of line that up. There's a little hole that exposed that's a cutout for the slide switch holder. So that works out well there. So just easy to orient that. Get those 4 screws in there to secure it down. And then you kind of have to fit the NeoPixel Ring through the case itself. And then just snap fit that and then line up the USB port with the cutout. So it looks all good. For the NeoPixel Ring, it has like this little tab. So you want to insert it at an angle. There's only 1 tab. Otherwise it would break. It would snap the other tab. So, and there's some reliefs here on the edge there. But let me see if I can get a bigger photo so you can see kind of how this is working. So it's got a nice tight fit. And then if you want to pop it out, you can just get your finger or a spudger tool to pry it free. But otherwise, it snap fits pretty good. And you just want to make sure that, oh, let me undo that. You want to make sure that the NeoPixel grid, or rather the grid lines are going in between the pixels themselves, because you can insert it, offset. So just make sure that you're just flipping it and making sure that the orientation is good. From there, you want to adjust the wires so that they're kind of away, because you do want to have this center cut out like free of any wires, because that's where the rotary encoder is going to go. So, and then this part here, you'll want to actually test the circuit out so that you orient the NeoPixel Ring with the directional buttons. So here, this is what I'm trying to convey, is that like I'm pressing the up directional button and I'm lining up the pixel that gets lit. You can, of course, change it in the code, but I just find it easier to just kind of rotate it. The ring holder itself, the grid isn't really registered to the case, so it can twist as you want to orient it right and match it up. So that's all that's going on there. And then from there, you just press fit it into the case. There's a little ledge that'll stop the ring from going all the way in. And then you can install the ring cover if you want to hide the breakout. And you can print that in a different color or change the design. I played around with different filaments with that one. And then the diffuser, you can see here, it's actually white. I ended up changing it because this is what tends to happen. It looks kind of washed out in that white color. So again, I recommend using the clear PLA as opposed to a white PLA. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. If you want to mill the black LED acrylic, you can take the step file, and then depending on your CNC toolpathing program, you can toolpath it with a step file. Or if you have Fusion 360, the toolpaths are in that source file, like they're already set to go. So I'm using a 1/16 flat end mill to do the contour and a pocket, and that's basically it. Yeah, so that is the NeoPixel Rotary Fidget project in a nutshell.
Oh, cool.
Very fun.
Yeah, Shannon in the YouTube chat saying that they just put all the carts or all the parts in the cart.
Excellent.
The battery.
Yeah, the battery.
This fun project. Yeah. One thing to note, I do not have mine set up because I don't have the STEMMA version of the Nano.
That's right.
What this looks like does not fit on there.
That
and I
good.
just could not put myself to soldering.
It wouldn't work actually. The older breakout doesn't have I2C.
That too.
So
Yes,
that's the main thing. Yeah. So if you type in
so
ANO,
that and then the soldering, and then it doesn't fit on there. And it's like, let me just wait. The parts will come in later today. But yeah, it's very satisfying iPod-like.
Yeah.
Wheel.
Look.
When it was still mechanical,
right?
Before they went to touchscreen.
Right.
Yeah,
here's the breakout you have, the original one.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't have the I2C connector. But here's the demo code. It's like the exact same project, you know. It really is. And I'm not sure who came up with it.
This one's cheaper, right? The non-STEMMA, but you don't want that.
No, you do not want that. It's $1.50.
Yeah. There's no orientation for this, right? This just
the pins are they'll only go in one spot. So if you look at the back here, you can see the pins are only going to fit one way for the scroll wheel. But yeah, there's your STEMMA QT. Doesn't matter which one you use when you connect it. And then,
it's definitely like what, $3 more or something.
Yeah, it's $5.
And Squid says he built his own version out of the old one.
Oh, okay.
Because it didn't have the I2C.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has the bigger LED ring. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to go that route, this is like $3 cheaper. Cool. Build your own.
Yep. Or if you want to make we have the LED chase game. On that one.
Oh yeah, there
we go. It uses an arcade button, which is kind of cool. It's kind of got this like side lit thing going on. Yeah, it's got this kind of cool.
Like a little mini DJ if you put two of these together.
Yeah, right. yeah. Those are a lot of fun. And I forget how many pixels it is, but yeah, it is scalable. You just tell the code how many pixels you have, and it scales it up, which is nice. This was a lot of fun because you got like that big stompy thing. I guess you could use like a big arcade thing, like foot stomp it if you want.
Yeah.
Make it like a room, like a game.
Or make it with that, or the bigger one, the CNC.
Oh yeah,
maybe do it with that one.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun rotary encoders. In the store.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The kids can't wait for that part to come in. This is so cool.
Look at that one. This one's huge.
Yeah.
It's really chunky though, right? It has like a big click, kind of like a security safe. Yeah, this one's cool too. All the fun choices, but again, this is just like a start off point of the project. So cool.
Again,
that's pretty much the project.
DJ set for ants.
There you go.
Oh, that's what I saw for the Provision. It was DJ. Of course, they have their.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were talking about the Vision Pro from Apple earlier in the show, before the show, and we were like, "What?"
Real quick, Shannon is asking, "What battery do you recommend?" Since the 500s aren't in stock, I was saying the 420. You said the 350.
So, the only thing that I would worry about is the battery thickness. So I don't want it to be too thick because like it is just the right thickness, the 500 milliamp battery. So let me see, 300 mAh. Oh, mAh. Oh, there's no thickness to it, right? It's 5 millimeters thick. Let me see. How thick is the 500 milliamp battery? Ooh, it's just a little bit thinner, but maybe the size will fit. Oh, and the battery cable's shorter too.
That's right, yeah.
I would have to try that out. I would feel the safest if you just waited for the 500 milliamp, because I would hate for you to order the 350 battery and it turns out it's just too thick. So, yeah. I mean, it's up to you if you want to try, but I would say wait. What other ones would fit? A 420. I think this one's even thicker, right?
I mean, I can grab one and just place it in real quick.
Really? Okay. This one's 5.2. It really is like it's not too tight, but it's like the perfect height for the 500 milliamp battery. So I would wait for it.
So we're comparing a 420 to a 500?
Yeah, the thickness of it. Either a 420 or a 350. I don't think I have
they seem the same size.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
500
as well.
420. If anything, it's like
maybe the 400 will work, because the 400 is way slimmer and it would fit in between the STEMMA QT ports. That's the main thing, is those STEMMA QT ports.
420 would fit, dude.
It does? Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
All right. Do you want your overhead, or what are we doing? I can make you bigger. Right, but once the feather is there,
it goes on top.
It gets way tighter.
Get a feather.
Yeah. I am now in this mode. Let's see if I can swap it out. All right, so here's a little quick disassembly. I just got my fingernail in between there, and this comes off easily. And then we want to take off this. It doesn't fit, does it?
It does not.
Yeah. You see here how tight of a tolerance it is there? It's because those
if you raise the standoffs.
Yeah, I guess so. You would have to update the case.
I'm gonna have to update the standoffs because the 500 I have.
It doesn't fit.
No.
No, it does if you rotate
like that,
the battery so that it's not over the JST connector, like in the photo. It should fit.
The wires are on this one.
Yeah. So wait for the 500. I just want to be sure. Yeah.
Okay, it's because I have this little drop of glue to act as a.
Oh no! Really? That's what stops it.
Strainer leaf.
Yeah.
Yep, I would say wait and
wait, or if you got the ability to modify the CAD, you can.
I was gonna say I may have to do that.
Yeah, because you don't have a 500, really.
I mean, the one I have. I don't want to rip off this. I mean, I guess I could.
Yeah,
it's this little drop of glue that's messing with it.
A lot of our projects use the 500 because it's like a good thin, but like
that's why I don't have any more.
So I just took off the rotary encoder. You can see how I have this positioned. So it is at this kind of 45-degree angle, and then it's avoiding going over the JST connector. And I still have like the default tape on there that works out really well. So let's disconnect it. Oh, that's right. And then the standoff is just in the way for this battery not to come off. So you kind of have to take the feather off. So I could do that. Do we have time? We have maybe. I'm gonna give this 5 minutes and then we're gonna move on.
I would definitely add another 1.5 mil to the
standoff.
Overall, yeah, the standoff. If the case can handle it. Look at that. Here's my 500. Again, this is an old stock. The newer stock might be thinner, but
yeah,
I would still do it.
And the case is already thick as it is, It's like, oh, really thicker.
I did not think there was going to be a battery in it. I thought it was just going to be a plug, but
That's right. If you don't
100%.
mind it being wired into your computer or a USB battery bank, you could just power it off USB. But we want it to be portable.
No, it makes sense to be portable.
All right, so I got this connected. I guess we could redesign the PCB mount to snap fit the feather, but it's just easier to use screws when it comes to like designing, because then you have less features to worry about. So you're always looking at this balance. Like, do I want to put the time in to make it snap fit, and then you end up adding like some additional clips and things. So sometimes it's not worth it. All right, so will this fit? Yes.
Yes,
It totally fits. You can see here how I fitted it in there. This is a 400 battery.
Okay.
And it just fits there. Let me go ahead and do this down. Do we have 400 in stock? Maybe you can check.
So I have the 420.
I did not try the 420. I think the 420 is thicker. And yeah, I don't think it'll fit the 420, because you can see here that the pins are just barely over, but thankfully not puncturing the battery. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of clearance there. I guess you could snip the pins on the bottom of the rotary breakout. Snip those off so that they're clean and they won't puncture your battery, just in case. Like I said, they're not puncturing it right now, but just to be safe, or maybe if you're using the 420 battery. Yeah, so it definitely fits the 400.
You don't have any 400s.
Oh man, storage with batteries.
And that was more rectangular, right? The 400?
Yeah, it's more rectangular.
I used all of them up.
Really? Oh man.
Yep. My last order, I only ordered more 420s. So I will go in there and update these standoffs.
All right.
Because I'm going to need it for mine.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
You don't have a project you can rip it out of, I guess, huh?
I can't think of one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like all the cameras, they all have 420s in them.
Really? Yeah. That's true. Mine does too.
Yeah, here's my. Yeah, it's definitely thicker.
Yeah, I have another
about
500
2.5 millimeters, something like that.
I forget what project where I ordered like 2 500s, because I was like, I know I'm going to need these one day, and here I am. But like we said, the 400 milliamp battery should be okay.
Yeah, the rest is like
and they're in stock. Yeah, even with the short cable, it tends to fit just fine. So these are great too.
All right, so we recommend the 400.
The 500 or the 400, tested right here live. Cool.
Janice says sorry for making you guys do this.
Oh no,
we want to make sure ourselves. I still have to build this one.
Pedro still needs to build his. And
so I'll definitely have an
real kind of problems that you run to when you're designing a case.
Like, there's always tolerances.
So that it fits different batteries.
Stock, there's always change in stock too. Like the batteries, the exact same part from our suppliers can change on you.
Yep. You can have a drop of glue that will totally.
A drop of glue that completely. Like I got to go in there carefully snip it off, because it's like
You know what I noticed is our newer battery stock has the batteries right angled, which is really nice for like.
For strain relief,
yeah, for strain relief and for just like clearances for tight spaces, it tends to work out better. So this is the stock battery. It has like this tape here to keep the battery nice, and the battery cable nice and short. So that's kind of cool. I really like how they started doing that. So just some FYI DIY. All right. Are we ready for prototyping?
Yes. This week on what are we prototyping? We got more camera projects. So it's a simple little one to do remote triggering by having an external shutter button. A lot of the intervalometers that we're used to for using cameras have this. So it's just so you can push the button, activate the shutter without having to shake the camera, especially for like low light situations where your shutter speed is going to be super low. You're going to get all that shake in there. Or if you're doing...
I did a stop motion animation test, and the
For
same
stop
thing. Like
motion?
you can see the camera move slightly.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a
for
great little addition.
low light shutter, or just generally not wanting to have any movement in the camera, you have this external button that'll hopefully not move the camera as well. So this is will be or the wire will be plugged into the A0. I believe you're able to do that.
Yep.
And I just punched some holes in there so you have access to all the ports. So your STEMMA port and your other analog STEMMA one in there too. So could we actually get all of these controls to be external, like another joypad? I think Lamar mentioned about a Wiimote doing
that'd be great. Yeah, Wiimote. That'd be kind of cool.
Or at least like the up and down arrows, just so we can like switch the resolution or the mode that we're in. It'd be cool. But for now, it's just the shutter.
You know what? You could use the scroll wheel with the directional buttons, the I2C with the STEMMA QT port, and then maybe you can control it that way. So yeah, I think you can.
Idea.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
So what's inside the shutter button is so inside here we have the STEMMA momentary push button, right?
Yeah, it's a nice breakout that has like the button switch pre-soldered, and then it has a JST 3-pin JST board right on it. So
I need to go grab my spudger tool.
Oh no. These are great. I love a spudger tool. This is mine. It has 2 ends on it. One end is kind of sharp, tapered off. And then, yeah, you got the same one. And then this one's like a little bit more flat. Yeah, these are great tools. Definitely they help you open things.
Getting this guy open.
Yeah, like this, for example.
Go. Let's take a peek on the inside of this guy. So super simple little super simple little STEMMA tactile button here. So it's just a push button PCB attached with a little port on there that you can hook up your wire. And no screws for this, just little nubs that are holding it in place.
Oh, great. Yeah. And then the top cover has a cutout for the button.
And on the top cover, yeah.
Yeah, that's clever.
Here, little snaps here. Oh, a little bit of string from the printing. And then just these little aligners to have the cable pushed down on. And that just snap fits. So super simple. So
very nice.
We have a super simple little external shutter button. So the other thing that I was thinking of doing is maybe adding another tripod screw on here, just so you can have it like elevated off, but maybe not. This might be enough, since a lot of the intervalometers, when we use them on the camera, they're just dangling off the camera or just on the table.
Well, I would say go ahead and add it, just so that when you're filming it, you can pose it up on one of these tiny tripods, like this, for example. You know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Prop it up in a way.
Yeah.
Or you can you can use it as a handle, and then using one of our quarter 20 to quarter 20, it'll be literally on the bottom of the camera. You know what I'm saying? So imagine this being the button.
I see.
Be like click, 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 click.
Yeah.
That. So that's definitely add.
That is a really good idea.
That way you can use it as a handle and the trigger button.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a lot of the gimbals have that, where you have your control away from the camera, because
that's right. Yeah, like the Osmo DJI.
Exactly.
Gimbal has that. Yeah.
How many other things? I don't know. Maybe changing the shape of it just so it's molded into a hand. But I don't know if
I would maybe round off the top there, so it's rounded.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, like just make it completely circle. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that way it kind of matches the roundness of the button. That'd be kind of cool.
Extrude the radius. That's the only thing.
Or just round it off and make those.
I can't.
A little bit more rounded.
the PCB
Oh, the snaps or
right
something?
here. Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you're right. The
Increase it by the
PCB.
radius. Yeah.
Yeah, the PCB isn't round. All right. Well, speaking of PCBs, here's the
There you go.
here's the product itself. It's how many? 5 of them? You get 5 of them for the price of $750 because they have the breakout and the JST and the button caps. I think it comes with an assortment of button caps, but also comes with the cable. So you don't have to worry about getting a cable. So it's all a kit for you. Did you have to snap them off, Pedro?
You did. You had these already. I don't know how
snapped
you
them off. Okay.
I don't know if you snapped them or if you used the saw to cut them.
I think you snap them. I want to say you snap them off.
Oh, that's a good idea. Kirby's saying to toggle flip switch cover.
Oh, that's yeah. The toggle switch won't work. It has to be momentary.
Oh yeah. DJ Devin is asking about BLE. Lamar said it does not have it.
Yeah. There's no BLE support yet. And CircuitPython, it would have to be an Arduino thing. So you definitely have Arduino support if you want to go that route. But if you want to stick with CircuitPython, we haven't had BLE support yet with the S3 chip.
I did not realize in our internal meetings that the CircuitPython for this camera is way faster than the Arduino.
Yeah, I upgraded mine.
It's like, oh my god!
When I saw
we've reached the point where CircuitPython.
Yeah, it has a really nice GIF, and the Game Boy filter is really
beyond that. Just programming in it, you don't sit there and wait for all the compiles.
Yeah, like the frame rate is like really smooth and buttery.
Oh my god,
look at that. It's a lot better than the Arduino. I guess you could optimize the Arduino one. I don't know. But yeah,
Jeff's doing all the filters in it.
Yeah, he's adding some new filters.
Optimized, so there's a lot of cool stuff coming down.
There's the Game Boy. Game Boy retro.
Telephoto. I think he's gonna do. What do you say? OCC or no?
OSC. He wants to do an OSC trigger. Look at the lovely grain from the Game Boy mode. It's called G Boy. It's cool. Yeah. So fun dithered filter. And we have yet to get our hands on the LED board. So imagine having this thing control the camera light. That'd be pretty cool, right? That might be a future project then. Yeah. So I think a shutter button is a good addition as we slowly roll out these like additional projects for it.
Man, that would be so cool. Like I'm thinking like, oh, when you take a picture, it would do one shot with the only half of it. Like you know how you do your Photoshop thumbnails with the gradient stuff. You could do that like for real in camera with just the LEDs.
Yep. Yeah.
So you have this really cool gradient of a color that's shining on you.
Yep. And this and the CircuitPython software here, it already has features control for the LED ring light. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's ready to go. Just need to.
Yep. So I will play around with that. Such a fun project. I'm doing doorbells and bird houses.
Yeah.
Can't do the detection of the bird, but we'll be able to snap a picture when like it hears audio or when the movement. And we can have that trigger the camera, and then IoT stuff. So over the internet stuff, lots of really cool stuff coming down the pipeline for these super cool little cameras.
The invert. We're just playing with our cameras now.
I know.
This colorized thing's pretty cool. It's like Predator, or not Predator, but
Kirby posted the
black LEDs
he's thinking of.
This is cool. The black LEDs, you see it? Black LED. It's like a dark saber.
Oh, Brent says it compiles faster. He has a platform IO in Arduino.
Sweet.
4 seconds to compile now. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna start drafting up some case ideas for the Ring IoT doorbell project that we're gonna collaborate with Brent. So that'll be tomorrow. All right, folks. If you want to get any of the parts we talked about, discount code. It's Fidget for all your fidgety needs.
I need to get another spudger, so I have one in this room. I don't have to run out. I think grab another one.
Are the spudgers in stock?
Should be.
Maybe not. We'll see. do you spell spud?
They are in stock.
Spudge. They're in stock. Yeah, they're great. My favorite tool. Yeah, I find them better than this thing, the Jimmy from iFixit. Like, it's too thick.
It's too big.
I found it too thick. Yeah. Any hoodles.
Oh, nice. Shannon added it to the cart. Yep.
Cool.
Absolute must have.
Yeah, it's a great tool. All right, we are gonna move on to, I think, time lapse, right? All right. So I'm new to New England. I moved here 2023 January, so just about a year now. And I'm happy with snow. I've never seen snow in my 30 years growing up in Florida with Pedro. I've never seen snow, so I thought it'd be fun to take our IoT Canary nightlight project and turn that into a snow mold. So here is our Timelapse Tuesday video for this week. It's a no support hinged print in place design. So you have these two halves. I have it here actually. And it's in Fusion. I made the canary and I just created this kind of generic shape of the bird outline, and then I split it in half and then added these hinges. So this is my first time making a snow mold, but there are like ducks and
I keep seeing the duck one.
Like a snowman. Really cool. Yeah, the duck one is cool. I got inspired by the duck one. I also saw that there's just a regular ball, like a snowball, and a snowman. But I wanted to reuse one of the designs I already came up with. So the canary seemed to work out the best. It was fun seeing the different types of snow. So there's like really fluffy snow, and it tends to just disintegrate. So this snow is a little bit more wet, so that it actually shapes better. And it's not like sand, Pedro, you had your share with trying it out with sand. And the sand wasn't wet enough. Well,
not enough dog pee on it.
Right. Okay. So this is it. You got these nice, thick, beefy hinges that are printed in place. These are the surfaces that touch the bed, so it just prints like that. No support material required. I would recommend you use like really low infill. Surprised that you use such low infill. I usually see your basic 10% because I wasn't sure how well it was going to turn out.
Oh yeah, I'm usually like at 3%, 6%.
Yeah. How long did your print take? Was it like 8 hours? 6 hours?
However long it said on there.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see. This took, I think, about 6 hours.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And I would print it in your regular print set, depending on your printer, right? If you got a Bamboo, you probably print it fast. But this one, like, I tried printing it fast, and it under extruded. So I set it back down to like 60 millimeters a second, which is your kind of default speed. One thing I noticed is like when you use it, you really want to add more snow by not just scooping it like that, but like packing more snow in here.
Yeah, with the sand too.
I couldn't get the tail to, like, I don't know if it's like the way the tail is shaped. I guess it is. But when you're doing a mold, you don't want these kind of undercuts. So that's what's happening is like the tail tends to go inward that way. So when you try to release it, it always will come out. So that's just one of the things I learned by just trying it out, seeing that the mold, that's the only detail feature of this shape that doesn't come out right is the tail. Like it tends to come off because, like I said, it kind of curves inwards towards, so to release it. It's
and you tried
to do it,
just packing it in, like holding it.
Yeah, no, it's just the nature of the shape. Like it's it's going inward, so no matter what, it's gonna rip it off. So as you kind of sway it open, it rips it off. Maybe if this wasn't hinged, I guess you could kind of shift it so that you lift it outwards, but that's one thing I noticed. And just pack it here. And this ended up working well as a flush spot to like stand up the birds. As you saw in the video, we put a few of them up. Where is it? Near the end? Yeah, I put a few of them up in our little gazebo that we have outside of our apartment. Yeah, so I was able to make a few of them. Nice. And they gradually get better, as you see here. This one really, really looks nice.
Very cool.
And there's a little bit of flashing because it's a
Oh
mold.
yeah.
Flashing. It's like
The edges.
the edges, yeah, of the mold. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun experimenting with this material called snow. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. And we have snow right now, so I could try it out.
Keep going, yeah.
The day after this, this was last Tuesday that I did this. Literally on Wednesday, we had a bunch of rain and all the snow went away. We just had some snow come in yesterday.
It's literally why I couldn't shoot anything. Like,
yeah,
I wanted to shoot it, at the Polynesian, and it was rainy and it was cold. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yep. So fun. I had done this before, so it was a lot of fun. Maybe we can do some other fun shapes.
Yeah.
Next time.
I want to do a snowman in the snow or in the sand.
Yeah.
Snowman in
Sandman.
the sand.
I have the files up on printables. Or Fusion share link. You have that. I have the step file and the 3D Fusion 3D file if you want to modify it. But that's what it looks like. Nice bird, canary.
Sat on my drawer full of batteries.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, so that's a time lapse. We haven't done our own time lapse design in a while. Next up, we have some community makes. We have a handful of them. First up, we have a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. This was posted up by Gabriel, and they made 2 of them. This is a no support print that screws together and has a couple of screws. Yeah, they printed in this nice gold and silver. So very nice prop from, of course, Kingdom Hearts. And they printed it with their CR10S4. That's a Creality printer. Very, very cool. After that, we have another remix for our heat set insert press. This was posted up by Camel. Camel made a custom soldering iron holder for the arm. There you can see it looks like one of those USB-C powered soldering irons. Very nice. After that, we have a modification, I think, to the Raspberry Pi 5 3D printed case. This was posted up by Pulsar Nova. They added some little icon engravings to the various ports. So like the power button, USB, looking good.
Very nice.
And of course the Raspberry Pi logo, because why not? So you can pick that up.
Checked stock. We have the 4s in stock, like the 8 gig, the 1 gig, the 2 gig.
Okay.
Not 5s though. Just 4s.
Do you need a 2-step authentic two-step author
the 4s?
For the 4s? I don't know.
Maybe.
Any hoodle, thanks for Pulsar for doing that remix. And then here is a iPhone 11 Pro bumper case printed in TPU or NinjaFlex.
Oh.
This was posted up by VagVag. They said, nice model, added my nickname to it to be more personal, printed in eSun TPU, and it came out great.
Sweet.
Here it is, all flexible, virtually indestructible.
Oh, yeah.
Run it over, and it'll be fine. So that's their name there. And it's got a little bit of infill, so it gives that cool texture. It looks like this clear. I didn't know eSun made TPU, so got a lot of options these days for TPU, which is great. I got some Matter Hackers TPU that I used for, I think, some bumpers.
Looking for somebody who's got the purple TPU.
Yeah, right. That's the one thing about NinjaFlex. They had great colors.
Yeah.
Fantastic
They had
colors.
so many colors.
Yeah.
Now I just have that, like a sacred spool I have to use on something cool.
Sacred spool.
Yeah.
Funny.
That one and the sky blue, because they don't make that one anymore. Nobody makes sky blue.
I like their green. Their lime green was really nice too.
They still make that one.
Oh yeah.
The darker green they don't have.
The forest green, yeah. All right, folks, that's pretty much the show. Again, before we go, coupon code is Fidget.
You get idea from DJ Devin saying to fill it with water to make dovesicles.
Oh, yeah, and freeze it. Wait, what would leak, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would leak.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But if you leave it outside
control.
overnight, I suppose it could freeze. If it's cold enough. Here it's like just barely cold enough to freeze. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit here in New England.
Coldest would be 37 or something.
Wait, what?
Our coldest here on Sunday, I think, is gonna be like 37.
Well, then ours is gonna be like
20 more.
Yeah,
20 less.
I think the coldest last year was like 10 or a single digit, something like that. Yeah, tonight's gonna be 19.
Yeah, it's 40, and then tomorrow 72.
Where's Kirby with his Wisconsin? He's
oh
like,
man, negatives.
Either it's negative or like 5 single digit. Yeah, Sunday's gonna be 7 degrees. 7. And we have a high of 26.
It's 5 right now.
Negative
11.
Cool.
Squid.
Well, make the snowbird. Let me know. It was -3 in the morning. Yeah, I had fun shoveling snow yesterday. Yep, it's a good workout.
I mean, it's cool to be cool, but I just don't like how it's 80 and then 30.
Right? Yeah. You get that really big swing up in down in Orlando. Huge swings. You get to be all coated and hooded up, and then you go to shorts and sandals in the afternoon.
Triple the laundry.
-20 in Montana. Yeah. Got to build a snow.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Thing. All right. Weather is weather. Thanks everybody for having fun with us while we do the show. Tonight we invite you to come on Show and Tell. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be hosted by Liz tonight. Come on by on the Discord server a couple minutes before the show, and you can get invited with the StreamYard link. At 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight is Ask an Engineer with Mr. and Mrs. Lady Ada. Full hour of open source news, hardware, Python, newsletter, Eye on MPI, new products, and more. Tomorrow's Thursday. John Park's workshop is on at 4 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Pacific. Join Foamy Guy on Fridays for a deep dive at 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then wrapping back around on Sundays is Lady Ada desk stream at random hours on Sunday. Mondays are CircuitPython weekly meetings. Tuesdays is JP's product pick of the week. And wrap around back to Wednesday with our show. And then Ask Engineer and Show and Tell. They did the whole slew. All right, folks. We're going to call it. Thanks, everybody, so much for watching. We'll see you next week. But until then, remember to make a great day.
Great day.
Adios.
Next week.